All right, hello. How are we doing today? I hope everybody is having a very positive day today and that they're coming into this posture practice with a receptive and open mind. So let's come to Dandasana and not pulling out those sit bones, but rotating your inner thighs out. We don't want to remove the flesh from our sit bones. We want to keep our shoulders down our back. Concentrate on our breath, the inhale and the exhale. Then we'll bring our left foot up for a foot massage and kneading up and down the length of our feet. And we're just gonna pull and twist each toe to open up the toes. And then we're going to take the big toe and the pinky toe and kind of squish them away together to open up the pads of our feet, and then place the fingers through our toes and open up the area of the ankle with our fingers in between our toes so we get that space in our feet. We're going to knead the padding of our foot and then clap our foot. And then you can kind of shake it out, open the hips a little there with a little stretch. And let's move on to the right side with the foot massage. I do this in the morning to open up the foot and to really awaken the thing that connects me to the earth most often. Our feet are what ground us to the earth. So this helps kind of, this is the recharging of the cell phone if we're speaking to the earth. Good posture comes from a good foundation. So we really want to awaken and bring space into the areas that are going to establish that foundation. And we do this through the foot massage. Shake the foot out and then open up those hips to help to also establish that foundation. Right? And then we're going to come into half Dandasana twist by lifting our right leg, sending our right arm behind us. Inhale up and then twist on the exhale. We're going to keep our shoulders down our back while keeping the natural curve of your spine. The crown of your head lifted. Keep that other foot flexed, and now we're going to go to the other side and bring our other leg crossed in front of the outstretched leg. Inhale up and then twist on the exhale. Remembering to keep our shoulders down our back, to establish the foundation through our sit bones and through that foot that's connected to the earth. We're going to inhale out of the twist and come to a lying leg spiral twist. Bring both feet up. Kind of make a 4 with your left foot crossing over your right knee. And then just bring those knees down to your right. And if it is available to you, you can look to your left. If not, if that's deep enough twist, then you can stay looking up towards the ceiling. But we'll feel this in the lower back, kind of in the pelvis area. We're going to release, then bring our feet back up and switch to the other side, making a 4 with our right knee over our left knee, and then bringing our legs to the left side. Look over that shoulder. Now, if you're looking over that shoulder, you don't want your left shoulder to lift. And you also want to make sure that when you place your knees on the other side, that you aren't leaning to one side or your body isn't crooked. You want the upper half of your torso to be straight and only your legs bent. It's a deep twist in that bottom part of the spine. It's a great twist. All right, we're going to come out of that and come onto our bellies for bow pose or Dhanurasana. We're going to bring our hands to the middle of our chest, in line with our chest. Bend our knees. Grab our ankles with our knees, elbows pointed out, inner elbows facing each other. And we're going to lift. You're going to lift from your abdomen and from the tops of those thighs. You really want to activate. As awkward as it feels, we're going to relax our sit bones, relax the buttocks area. And on the exhale, we'll let go of that. Come to Balasana, or come to table, then Balasana. But keep your Balasana active by staying on spider fingers, right? We're going to keep those elbows lifted. I'm just turning around so it's easier for you guys to see here. But we're going to keep those elbows lifted. The only thing that's touching the floor are our fingertips and then the bottoms of our legs, the lower half of our legs. And then we're going to add a twist by going to one side. You can look through the arms. You can just go to one side, but if you want a deeper stretch, you can look through the arms and try to look up to get that deep stretch along the side body. We're going to inhale, come back to the middle, and then twist to the other side. Really breathe into that pose. You want to keep your ankles tucked under your legs, or keep your ankles tucked under your buttocks. And come back to the middle and prepare for camel pose or Ustrasana. So we're going to come onto our knees. And you can ground, if it helps, through the tops of your toes. Or if it's available to you, you can just ground through the tops of your feet. And you're just going to push your pelvis out, forward. Keep your thighs parallel. Use your hands and your hips to guide your hips forward. And you're going to inhale and extend from the pelvis. And you're going to reach one arm back at a time. We're going to root through our shins and lift through the back of the heart in this pose. This is Ustrasana or camel pose. And to come out, kind of lean to one side. And you can use your body weight to bring you to tabletop. And we're going to do cat-cow or Marjarinasana or Ambittalasana. You're going to bring our shoulder blades, really work our shoulder blades in this pose. And inhale and exhale as we go through cat and cow. Being cognizant of our sit bones, our shoulders, the toes that are tucked or the tops of your feet that are connected to the floor, through our hands, the palms of our hands and all the fingers. And we're going to come to boat pose or Navasana. We're going to do this by reestablishing that foundation through your sit bones. And this is really going to work your side body to promote good posture. And you can come, bring your legs up towards your chest. You can keep it parallel to the floor, or you can extend your legs for full boat pose. Or concentrate the breath moving through the sides of your body rather than just working your abdomen. Feel the muscles on the side of the abdomen, keeping your legs up parallel. So we're going to come out of that on the exhale and then come to Malasana. A kind of counter pose to that. You're going to establish your foundation through the four corners of your feet. You want your shoulders down, your heart open as you go through this pose. I like to hook my elbows in front of my legs in order to reinforce the heart opening part of the pose. And also remember to keep your legs or your feet splayed a little bit wider than your hips and splayed outwards. That way you give your body the opening that it needs to be situated. And then we're going to add a little twist here to really stretch out those sides of the body that we keep locked up, sitting in chairs and sitting in slumped positions. Keep that heart open for all the good things in the world and to help us process all the bad, right? We're going to come out of there and go to chair by just bringing our feet in and parallel to each other, our hip width distant apart and parallel to each other. And then we're going to establish that working of the side body more than working the abdomen. We really want to breathe through the sides of the abdomen to help maintain that posture. And on your exhale, we're going to come to Uttanasana. Come to half forward bend or Ardha Uttanasana, and then breathe through that a little flow right there. And then come to Tadasana on your inhale. Establish that foundation and root through your right or your left leg. I went to my left first, sorry. And then we're going to place the weight on that left leg, root through the left foot, and come to one-legged half pose. It's kind of like Ardha Chandrasana, but we're not opening up here. We're just going to kind of focus on working that side body. And you can do this by extending your hands forward, extending your hands out perpendicularly, or maybe you can even, you'll see me try, but maybe you can even, well, keep your eyes on something steady, don't watch me, but you can bring your foot up and try to balance. Life is about challenging ourselves, so, when we falter, it helps to reinforce the strength in that leg. So, I'll be able to do it next time. And then we're going to move from there into Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. Remembering to keep our hips squared towards the front of the mat or the short side of the mat. And then we're going to open up into Virabhadrasana 2 and keep our hips squared to the long side of the mat. Remember to keep that knee behind your ankle in a safe position. Do not lock your back knee. Remain rooted between your feet and lift the tops of those legs. They're going to come to a wide leg stance and come to a half bend. Use your side body here to kind of keep your body up. And if it's available to you, you can lift your hands. If not, keep your hands or palms on the floor. Do not lock your knees. You can put your hands out parallel or in perpendicular or behind your back if it's available to you. Just remember to use that side body and the outsides of your legs to really support your foundation and support good posture. And now you're going to do a full bend and wide leg stance. This is Prasarita Padottanasana. And if you can come all the way down, great. If you can't, also great. If it's available to you, you can come into a headstand. Again, by using the muscles along the sides of the abdomen to bring your legs up, to position your spine perpendicularly to the floor, to remain balanced. You're going to come out of that headstand into frog stretch or Mandukanasana. And we're going to make sure that our ankles are directly behind our knees so that our legs or the bottom half of our legs are perpendicular to the long side of the mat. And go as far as you can go. It's kind of like the middle splits, so it's hard. It's a hard thing to do, but it feels oh so good. It really releases the bottom half of the spine. We're going to keep our back flat. That's why I am on my forearms. If you're high up enough that you need to be on your hands, do that. But we always want to keep our back flat. We don't want to be leaning down or leaning up. And we're going to come out of that frog pose by extending one leg and coming back to tabletop so that we can do the other side. Oh, I came to a quick Balasana because I needed it. Please come to a Balasana if you need it. If not, you can come to Uttanasana. But if you do come to Balasana, try to keep it active. You might put your forehead on the floor, but try to keep it active. You can come to Downward Dog. Stretch out your legs and then come to Uttanasana. And then to Ardha Uttanasana. And flow into Tadasana. Establishing that foundation, preparing our bodies for the next leg or the other side. Establish the foundation in your right leg and shift the weight to your right leg or your right foot and come to one-legged half pose or wonky Ardha Chandrasana. Keep it flat back, keep your hips squared. We don't want that left hip lifting higher than the right one. We want them on the same plane. I'm not doing a very good job here, but your hip should be flat, just as your back should be. It should be almost a table. You should focus more on that than really bringing your arms out above or to the sides or catching your foot. Get that great foundation first. That way you won't fall out of it. As I am here, this is obviously an example of what not to do. Remain patient with yourself. That's what yoga is remaining patient with yourself and letting your body teach you. But also, if you do falter, remember that is a sign of strength. It's a sign of you getting stronger. All right, let's come into Warrior 1 or Virabhadrasana 1. And keep your shoulders down your back. Keep those hips square to the short side of the mat. I'm just turning around to show you guys the form that you should have. Then we're going to go to Virabhadrasana 2 by rotating that back foot down and out a little bit. Hips squared to the long side of the mat. Shoulders over hips. Wrist in line with the shoulders. Fingers light and relaxed. Head over the spine. And we're going to come to wide leg stance. And then full bend or half bend in wide leg stance. Remember to breathe into the side body. You can extend your arms out front, perpendicularly or to the sides. And then you can bring it back. And then we're going to come to full bend and wide leg stance or Prasarita Padottanasana. You can thread your arms through if your torso is a little long. Or you could bring your arms together, your legs together a little closer in order to keep your head from touching the floor. You can come into headstand here. Instead of doing a horizontal split, I try to do a vertical split. Working on those now. Not very good at them, as you can see. But room for progress, right? That's always good. These videos aren't only instructional to you guys, they're instructional to me as well. You want to keep your hips squared when you're in a headstand and doing any type of leg movements and splits. That way you keep your spine aligned and you keep your balance. Great posture happens when you're in headstands too, everybody. All right, so we're going to come into frog stretch or Mandu Konasana. Remember to keep that straight back. If it's available to you, you can extend each leg out. Or even if it's available to you, you can go up to full middle split. I cannot, but do the full middle split. But remember, while you do the full middle split, to keep a straight back, to keep that back aligned, your spine aligned. Shoulders down the back, neck extended. Breathe through the whole body. And if you're doing the one leg extension, make sure to keep that knee safe, right? We're going to come out of that into Balasana. This is the end of the practice. It does not have to be active. It could be full Balasana. I'm into Shavasana, or any meditative seat if you're not at the time of day where you'd like to take Shavasana. I know for me personally, I only take Shavasana in the evening. And just be receptive for the day. Bring the strength that you utilize in this practice through your everyday lives, as we sit in chairs, as we stand in line, as we're driving home, as we're making food. Keep that open heart towards ourselves, towards other, towards the world. Namaste.